Like I'm 100% sure it's a crime. Like it was sodomy for sure.
It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. I've got a dead corpse next to me, folks. This is his flu game.
I think I drank too much milk. That's the only explanation. I did nothing. I mean, I could be.
How much milk did you drink?
I mean, just a gallon, but like.
In what time period?
In the start of the Pats game to now.
No. They were the night game.
Yeah.
Starting at 8 o'clock last night? No, you're lying.
I'm not lying. I had.
Wait, you drank a gallon of milk?
I think so.
I'm assuming you slept.
There's a little bit
so
left.
you drank probably like 3/4 of it, like 7/8 of it last night, and then you had a little bit in the morning?
A Fair Life, whatever size a Fair Life is.
That's a little different.
Okay.
I think that's a half gallon.
A half gallon, okay.
But still.
Yeah.
Bro, were you banging out bowls of cereal?
Cereal and cake.
Okay, that's fair. Because you know what? For some reason, and I know this doesn't make any sense, but if you drank a half gallon of milk, that doesn't count. That's crazy. If you eat a bunch of bowls of cereal, that doesn't count.
It was like 3/4 cereal and then 2 slices of the cake.
Well, you can't have cake without milk.
Yeah, right. It was a good cake. I meant to buy cheesecake, but I got the wrong kind of cake. Whatever.
By the way, Fairlife chocolate milk.
It's really good.
The only thing better than that is the Whole Foods glass bottle chocolate milk. But man, Fairlife is like a milkshake. I don't know how they get away. They're just selling milkshakes. That's ice cream. So you were just what cereal?
Mini Wheats. Frosted Mini Wheats.
You also need a lot of milk for those.
Yeah,
they're dry. It's like you're chewing on rocks.
Yeah, but I like that too.
Cones.
I like it. I like all phases. Some people like
Mini Wheats or large.
Mini Wheats. They come in
like there's a bunch of little ones or like
they're more sizable.
Oh, that's old school. That's just shredded wheat.
No. There is a smaller size. They're not like Cap'n Crunch size. There's a smaller size.
Yeah, they're almost like combos.
Yeah, like I can fit like 4 in my mouth at a time.
Yeah. That is, I think, frosted
Mini
Wheats.
Comfortably. Yeah.
Mini Wheats.
Yeah.
Because then the other ones are kind of almost like a fat, like turd.
I
think the OG shredded wheat is just a big
no.
thing.
They were Mini Wheats, but there's a smaller size too.
Okay. Shredded wheat is a weird name for those are just the OG ones. Those are big. All right, well, let's look at mini. Let's see if you had the mini shredded wheat. Those guys?
Yeah, the standard one's to the left, I think.
Yeah, okay. Frosted?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Crazy.
Because again, people used to just have just the wheat.
No, that's nuts,
that is
dude.
people
eat
that
is Depression.
That's like eating like a handful of hay.
Yeah,
like a big thing of hay. You were feeling fine prior to?
No, I've been sick all weekend.
Oh, okay. So it has nothing to do with the milk.
No.
But I will say, drinking a half a gallon of milk on a low immune system probably isn't a good good thing.
It's just been a tough morning. I went to the gym just to do a video that like isn't working. It sucks. A
skit or like just a social media video?
It's a social media video.
Oh, that's crazy.
I woke up at 9.
You went to the gym just to make a social media
video? I went to the people at the front desk must have been like, what the fuck is this guy's doing? I was at the gym for 5 minutes this morning.
What was the video?
Will and Taylor were in Georgia.
Oh, banging out, yeah.
And
what were you better than them?
I beat Will.
Okay. But Taylor did that.
Taylor did 12. I said if I was.
But he could have kept going. Too. That's the thing. Yeah.
It was.
That was.
I mean, I might have tied Will. I either beat or tied Will. But I beat by 1 or tied Will. But
those were 100, right?
105s. And
I don't know if I could do that with 2 hands. One of them, 2 hands.
I've never filmed myself in the gym, obviously. And it sucks. I tweeted the video sucks. The video sucks. Because my sound's picking up all the wrong sounds. You know, when you talk to someone and they're using their headphones and you it sounds like someone's bashing metal in your ear. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
They're like, I opened the drawer.
Right. Why is it the ambient noise when you have headphones on or whatever is so loud?
It's so loud. So you can hear music, you can hear metal clanging, but you can't hear me talking. So I'm like sitting there being like,
and you're running your mouth and shit.
I'm not. Because I really had no idea. I've never touched a 105-pound dumbbell. I had no idea if I could do it. So I was like, I wish I could.
That's impressive.
I wish I could talk shit. I don't know how this is going to go.
Right.
And
did you post it?
Yeah, posted it. But like Twitter was broken. It's all fucking shit.
It's a whole thing.
But I did say at one point, I was like, I look like I'm talking, because I was going to like hide my mouth like this, and I was like, I look like I'm talking to myself, but like little they know, it's so much worse. I'm filming myself for content.
Shout out Joey Swole.
They
filming yourself for content in the gym.
I was just talking to myself.
I mean, I watched that. Taylor is like, I mean, I guess strength isn't necessarily like his size. Like he probably was doing the same thing when he was bulked up too. Right?
I bet he's doing more.
You think so?
Way more.
Because it's not like he lost his strength per se. It's like
I think he did.
He changed his.
I have
you
no
know?
idea.
I mean, I guess
like,
I think that
when you lose that much weight, you have to lose a significant amount of strength.
I guess so. Yeah, which is crazy to think that at his biggest, then he would have been flinging those things around.
Yeah.
But once he started going one at a time and shit, I was like, oh, he's about to start dancing with these things in his hands. That was tough. And then he just like put them down nicely.
So I was chugging along and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get him. And then I started again. I don't know if the sound picked up. I didn't watch it all the way back, but I started doing like the Ronnie Coleman, but like whispering it. I was like, lightweight, baby. And then I was like, once I was gonna start doing ones, and then I was up and I was like, everybody want to be a bodybuilder. And then I was going to go down and go, don't nobody want to lift this heavy ass weight. But then I stopped and went, nope.
Dude, even when the way Will like let those go, I was like, dude, you got to be careful with that shit. You rip your fucking arm in half.
It's a terrible angle for mine, but I imagine that I did, because mine's like from like, it's all fucking nuts. But it's hard to find a place to film yourself in the gym.
That's what I mean. The people who are shameless about it, they're like, they'll put it on another fucking machine.
Yeah,
like right on the seat.
So you can't really see my arms, but I would guess mine went. It was pretty comical how they went, because it was not.
I mean, I don't think you can call it comical when it's 105.
I think it's
like,
more
Taylor
comical.
Lewan's a freak. Well, yeah, but I mean, you can't like knock somebody and be like, oh, look at the way your arms like flail. It's 105 pounds on my one, you know. Yeah, that. Do you know what's like sparked that? Were they just like meathead, like I can lift more than you can?
I think they're doing their Twisted Tea tour, and I think they're taking a tour of the Georgia facility.
Makes you think, like, I mean, Taylor Lewan was one of the best, so like I don't even know who you can really say, but like Aaron Donald must be like.
We fight with knives.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing of all time.
How about you just, fucking play football?
Don't use a knife.
Yeah.
Just use hands.
Right.
Like, I want to make sure
crazy.
I stop a knife.
Dude, Micah Parsons was disgusting when he did to the Jets' offensive line.
I had the game on, but I wasn't paying close attention.
Just disgusting. I mean, that offensive line is going to be terrible for everybody, so he was just like, yeah, I'm going to run past you guys all day long.
While we're talking football, real quick.
The Patriots stink.
No, the Patriots are fine, but I wasn't going to talk Patriots anyway.
Okay.
Patriots, get Dante Scarnecchia out of retirement.
Get who?
Dante Scarnecchia, legendary offensive line coach. He's retired like twice, but they keep pulling him out.
Okay.
Get Dante Scarnecchia. Like, we don't know who else can do this. Get Dante Scarnecchia out of retirement, step one. Step two, hurry up 100% of the time. Step three, Super Bowl.
Dude, I mean, it happened a little bit...
Every time they went, hurry up.
All good.
Move down the field with ease. I keep saying it.
It's just like, I know.
Any team that needs points gets points. So just operate like you need points 100% of the time. Because you do.
Yeah.
In order to win.
Dude, the Jets, defense was on the field first in overtime, the first game. And Tony Romo, or was it Romo? Whoever the announcer was like, no, because it was Sunday night or Monday Night Football. They were like, "This is going to be like a total." The Bills had just marched down the field to tie it with a doink field goal, and they were like, "It's going to be totally different this possession. The Jets are going to be like, throwing a much different look out there for defense." And they were 3 and out, and it was like, "Well, why didn't they
do that one all the time?
Why didn't they fuck it?" You know what I mean? It was like the reverse of what we always talk about. But it's like, yeah, whenever people play football that way, it's much better.
Yeah.
They should make that a rule.
You have to play hurry up.
No, for real. I mean, like all these other
people
rules,
like they'll get tired. They'll get in better shape.
They changed the clock rule, right? To like this running clock now, except for the end of the half, and, like because they want pace of play and all that shit. It's kind of like the pitching clock in baseball. Just be like you're allowed to do like one huddle per series. Get all your thoughts out then.
So huddles are like timeouts.
Yeah. Maybe get an extended huddle. A little bit longer, and then you have your next 4, 5, 6 plays if you're lucky if you keep going. I like it. Fuck it.
But the football I was going to actually talk about was the Colorado game.
Yeah.
That was the greatest football game I ever watched.
Really?
Bro, I got to watch in real time, like, Remember the Titans. Like, it was... I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
You know, I want to know why sports were good back in the day. Racial undertones.
Yeah. Racially charged battles are usually,
Dude, it
better.
was like, I mean, it was
Dude,
even
that coach coming in saying, I take my hat and my glasses off when I talk.
But it was awesome because he was black too, so it wasn't
Yeah,
like, all right,
right,
I'm not
right.
rooting for the racists. It was,
Right.
it was like, dude, it was so much fun between that and then the fact that, like, the team, I don't know if you saw the game, but, like, they did, like, a special report on the team, Colorado State.
Mm-hmm.
They wear, like, auto body shirts in the practice facility,
Mm-hmm.
like with the collar and everything, because they consider this a blue collar team. Juxtapose that with Lil Wayne performing before the game, and it was like,
wait, they
dude,
like work out and train in collared
they showed
shirts?
like a picture. It wasn't like maybe it's just around the facility. They showed a picture, and it's like it has like the name plates here, and it's like that's versus like Master P's on the sideline the other way, and it was awesome. I was like, oh, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean that's a movie. Yeah,
dude. Oh, the white safety had a cheap hit on the.
Bro, when I saw that guy was white, I was like, yo,
Like,
I'm surprised he made
this
it out of there
is-
alive.
I was like, I'm watching Remember the Titans right now.
That
This is
was
amazing.
crazy. That was wild. A blatantly late hit from a white guy to the black superstar is fucking crazy.
And it was fun because again, like it wasn't actually racist. That
I don't know that safety.
but like the game, the overall
Yeah,
vibe of
yeah,
the game
yeah.
as a whole. So you
Yeah.
like you could even let into your head towards the end. You could be like, it might be funny if the white guys won.
Well,
Like,
dude,
they-
I think it was gonna be hilarious if you have The Rock and Lil Wayne and all these guys on the Master P on the sideline, and then it's like, yeah, we lost. You
yeah,
just gotta walk out and be like,
lost
get him.
the Colorado State. No, Bison. Yeah, Bison.
Bison versus Buffalo?
The Bison
Yeah.
versus the Buffalo.
Dude, Prime is just. I mean, now they're going to be like a top 10 team, right? They were 18.
No,
because that team sucks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So, but like,
it is the Dion train. I said it the Saturday morning. We're like, from where I sit, like sometimes I'm like, this might be like it's a little much, and then
you watch it in action.
I watch a Dion clip, and I'm like, never mind.
Hell yeah.
This is great.
That's the thing. I ordinarily by now I would be like, pump the brakes a little bit. Come on, guys. But like, when I heard about the glasses, how he owns the sunglasses brand, they did $1 million of sales in a day because of that. It's like he never loses.
Yeah.
Business wise, sports wise, reputation wise.
And the Oregon coach already talked shit. I mean, he didn't, but
Well, I was wondering that, like, because when I told them we should sell shirts here that say they made it personal, because they're gonna say that every fucking game. When someone's like, they're a real tough team, but like I think we can compete. Deion's gonna be, they don't made it personal, folks. Because that's the way, to motivate. But
the Oregon coach was like, they asked about, I guess, Colorado's leaving the Big 12 and Pac-12, and he was like, I'm just trying to figure out when they ever won anything to make that matter, and he kind of laughed.
But that's not Deion.
It's not Deion, right?
That's Colorado.
He will make it.
Yeah,
like personally,
totally.
But Colorado, I guess they
Yeah.
have. I don't know what they've won or what they haven't, but like,
Right,
I mean, they did have Cordell Stewart.
And then my favorite Deion move of all so far is his ranking of the children.
Yeah.
He's got his own AP top 5 of his kids that he posts on social media, which had people all bent out of shape. We talk about that later in our interview with Kountry Wayne. We got him on the show today. That'll be in the back half, and we'll do our voicemails as well. But yeah, the Prime train just don't stop.
The people getting bent out of shape about the ranking of the children is so weird. Like, it means he has a great relationship with his kids.
Totally. Like if you, I mean, I hope it's one or the other.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
either like you are an absolute animal piece of shit and you know him not to be. So I'm sure when Shiloh Sanders is number 5, he's like, fuck you.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like,
They're all doing just fine.
it's it's. I have no problem like with my friends being like, well, I'm better friend with him because
Yeah.
I'm not.
Right. That's the point. Although there is real rankings too.
There is.
There's the
but,
public
like,
rankings, and then there's probably like a kid or two that he is like, God damn
Yeah.
When you have 5, there's enough to be like
Dion
like
Jr. tweeting you were real ass hoe, you a true ass hoe
That's
to
who
Danny Cannell.
That's
And like
amazing.
I didn't realize Dion Jr.
He said you are truly a hoe.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing.
But like I thought like that was just Dion Jr. doing his own thing. I didn't realize Dion Jr. also runs social for the Buffaloes.
Oh, is that it? That's awesome. That's fucking
He's
incredible.
also like the team social media
That's
manager. Like,
so good.
you're a true hoe.
Okay. Loud, aggressive, and straight out of the Attitude Era, Stacker 2 is an OG in the energy and supplement space. Stacker 2 chew gummies have more caffeine than other energy gummies while being small in size and price. Stacker 2 chewy gummies and energy shots are designed to give you maximum energy while still tasting amazing. Stacker 2 B12 10,000% energy shots provide you with 10,000% of the daily recommended value of vitamin B12. Stacker 2 Chew Energy Gummies are a bite-sized burst of delicious energy that help you take on whatever comes your way. And you want to know why? Because this shit hits! Buy Stacker 2 Chew Energy Gummies and B12 Energy Shots at Dollar General, where you can find all your favorite Stacker 2 products, or go to stacker2.com.
I'll tell you what, I could use a stack or two today because I am dragging. It is a Monday. I by a little, I mean 10,000% of my energy.
We got another interview coming up. So we're going to hit this gummy. We're going to get our energy up. We're going to get our B12 up.
Yeah, thank you.
We are going to get through this day together, brother.
Oh, that's very good.
That is good.
It's like a Sour Patch Kid full
Make
of
sure
energy.
you only take one per serving, though. Go to stacker2.com right now. Unreal. I had a sports moment this weekend. Big time. Probably the best sports moment I've had maybe in about 20 years. Little League this weekend. Keegan reinstated, back on his grind, and my mom and dad came to the game, so it was a whole family affair. And my mom and Shay, they brought chairs, and they were sitting on the third baseline, and I was like, and my mom is her knees aren't doing well, so she can't really walk. So we had her chair, we had her set up, and she was kind of like there. And I was like, she was sitting there for maybe an inning, and I was like, you know what, you're a little too close. And then this kid hit a ground ball like right at them, and I was like, yep, like fear confirmed. Let's get up and move. And as I'm getting them up and moving their chair, this kid hits a line, the same exact kid, same exact spot, but this time a line drive.
He's on it.
Right on it. And I went like full dad reflex and just went and just caught the ball. As my mom was standing up to like get her shit, it would have just like cracked her skull.
Really?
And in my mind, it had the exit velocity of like 150 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In reality, it was probably like 12 miles per hour. It was probably a little kid like dink. But I just went and the little smattering of applause and the quick gasps that I got, and someone was like, "Hey, good hands, Dad!" And I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah. Bro, the little moments you get of athleticism
the best.
They're better than like the actual moments
They
you
are.
get.
They are. When you're in the moment of when you're playing sports, you're like, I'm supposed to be doing these things, and like there's gonna be more of them. You don't ever think about it. You know, you're just like, you hope to have a good moment and hope to have more of them. Once you're done, you're like, oh, I haven't had one of those in 20 fucking years.
Dude, when you get a fly,
that is orgasmic,
Bro,
dude.
Especially
when they're fresh and they're not slow and dying.
Yeah.
Anybody can get the fat, slow ones. When they're zipping.
I got it.
Yeah. Watch this. And you open it and fly.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll let it live just for that
just to
celebration.
show, yeah. That, a classic is always, hitting your shot with some garbage, which I might venture to guess you're maybe top 5 worst in the game at that.
I'm pretty bad, but I get my shots up.
You
I'm
also
like,
do
Deion Waters.
You take admirable shots,
Yeah.
Like they're not, little. It's like, yeah, that was hard to make. Let's see. Pressure's on. This would be great.
I took too much water.
I was gonna say that you needed the weight.
That
would have been electric if it went in. Like we would have had a fucking celebration, man. I would have been chest bumping and shit. Yeah, that feels real good. And so to anybody who is playing sports right now, cherish your moments because you soon could be pushing 40 and super pumped that you caught a foul ball off the bat of a 6-year-old. It was great. It was great.
Oh, wait. Speaking of sports, in my sports travels this weekend, by that I mean I didn't leave my apartment to watch the games. But there were two things. There's a lot of football, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what you're gonna get. A lot of football. You know the kind of commentary you're gonna get.
Yep.
First of all, last night, on Clip It doesn't get.
I still don't use Clip It. I know I'm living in I'm like the last.
I don't
guy.
use it a ton. Oh, by the way, I got quote tweeted by my boy yesterday.
Who?
Dye Workwear.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I tweeted the picture of how fucking all the studio analysts just wear sneakers and looks ridiculous.
That. The worst.
It makes no sense. I got some
Also,
inside information that they all have sneaker deals. Like, just get shoe deals.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if some sneaker, if it's big money, then whatever, go get your bag. But just know you look like an idiot. Also, get your pants tailored to like fit the sneaker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's almost got to be like really like those cigarette pants, like the tight, and then just go into your sneaker because when they get bunched up because they're supposed to be for dress shoes.
But then the if it's tight, it looks ridiculous with the jacket on. It's a whole thing. You just wear. Shoes, it is. Yeah. I actually almost did it yesterday. I didn't end up doing it, but I wanted to tweet. I would have been fully aware of what I was doing, but I wanted to tweet the clip of Kristen Bell yelling at Russell Brand in Spaghetti Sarah Marshall, where it's like, these are completely conflicting ideologies. Like, that a sneaker and a suit is a completely conflicting ideology.
It really doesn't work.
But anyway,
and also, by the way, it's like old now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the trend maybe a couple years ago was like a cool thing. Now it's like, all right, we're done with this.
It's so dumb. But the only person who can do it is Robert Kraft because he has his own shoes and it's his look.
And also there's something to being like the old guy.
Yeah,
if you're young and you could dress stylish, like you should.
Robert Kraft in the Air Force One's like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah,
everyone else put on a pair of fucking.
It's kind of like Adam Sandler dressing in basketball shorts too. It's that's his thing. If you show up dressed in shorts, you're an asshole. Same thing.
So I went to Clip It last night because the new Ford tagline is unbelievable.
What is it?
Just we're all in on America. I wanted to get a screenshot of it and be like, "Been looking for a new tattoo. Like, it's perfect. Ford is all in on America."
And somebody said that in the meeting, like McConaughey and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. Like, we're all in
on America.
And the room went.
It was awesome. I was in bed watching the game. I was like, "Wait, was that real?" And then I went to Clip It, and the commercials are different because it's wherever the person who runs Clip It is.
Yeah.
But the other two were on two separate occasions during separate games. There were like moments to honor people. One was during the Colorado State game where they brought 8 teachers on the field and present them with a check, big check, because teachers they don't get enough thanks.
Okay.
What do you think the check was for? Big check for 8 people.
8 different checks.
No, one check
for 8 people.
For 8 people.
It's got to be crazy low, right?
Yeah.
Like $10,000.
$7,500.
No.
Yes.
Not even 1,000 a person.
No.
They couldn't even whack it and be like, all right, $1,000 a man,
It was $7,500.
Which is honestly so close to being 8,000, being 1,000 a person. They could just round up.
Like a ceremony, big check, 8 people. Here is $7,500, bro. And then you think that they have to give it to 30 students, like use it amongst 30 students. Every kid's getting lunch. Like it's like $30 a kid.
Bro. Who was paying it?
I don't even remember.
That's fucking
I think.
Bro, big check. I'm going to say big check has to be at least $25K.
At least, bro.
I'm thinking
Extra Yard for Teachers is the charity called.
Do you know the tale of the guy in the 90s who hit the 3/4 court shot?
No.
I bet if I showed you the footage, you might know it. I would definitely, like, people my age for sure remember. With the busy season of fall already in swing, you might be looking for wholesome, convenient meals for jam-packed days. Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, can help you fuel up fast with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time, eat well, and stay on track with your healthy lifestyle. Adjust your stride this autumn without missing a step. Choose from 34-plus weekly flavor-packed, fresh, never frozen meals ready to eat in 2 minutes. Too busy running around during the day to think about lunch? Keep your energy up with Lunch to Go. Effortless, wholesome meals like grain bowls and salad toppers that are ready to eat when you're on the go. No microwave required. Looking for calorie-conscious options during the busy season? Try delicious, dietitian-approved, calorie-smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. With Factor, you can rest assured you're making a sustainable choice. We offset 100% of our delivery emissions, source 100% renewable electricity for our production sites and offices, and feature sustainably sourced seafood in our meals.
Something I like to cook for myself. Other times I like to just be ready. Factor, when you're ready, is there. It's legitimately delicious. Factor is very, very, very good.
The like no prep and no, it's amazing. I have like 2 kids, just pop it in, get dinner right away. It cannot be beat. This September, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/KFC50 and use code KFC50 to get 50% off. That's code KFC50 at factormeals.com/KFC50 to get 50% off. Yeah. So this was $1 million shot. And this guy just goes out there in jeans and Tim's. And
I've seen this.
Yes.
Yeah.
An all-time shot. And by the way, he's just like, yes, O'Doyle rules. Like, I did it.
That's where MJ
for
hits.
$1 million. MJ gives him a big hug.
Yeah.
I think they tried to not pay that guy.
Oh, they do it all the time. If you're like telephone line or something like that.
Yeah, they call this article here says the $1 million shot that changed sports contests forever, because I think they were like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
There's no shot that was going to. Yeah, he was 23 years old, a supply salesman from Chicago. 80-foot shot. The Bulls had tried that promotion 19 times that year. 2 people clunked it off the backboard. Another hit the rim. The other 16 were air balls. Nobody came close. And then he nails that. And yeah, they tried to fuck him out of it. And I think he took it to court. And I think he won and everything. It was a whole thing. That, like, you try to. Imagine if you try to take that away from somebody.
Yeah.
that guy.
I think I think they just insure those now.
Yeah, I would imagine, right?
I know, like, Jordan Furniture used to do it. I don't know if they still do it at Sox, where, like, if you buy furniture between these months and there's a perfect game thrown that season, your furniture's free. Or something like that.
Right.
And then it's just, like, you just insure it, and
then you're like, whatever.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mattress Mac does shit like that, too, with his bets. I guess he just hedges on all his shit, but this is funny. Back then, $1 million was a lot. Horace Grant said it took me 3 years to make that. It took you 5 seconds. So that's got to be the all-time best, fan shot or whatever. But if you're giving me a big check for anything, 25 and up. 25 and up.
But the other segment I forget what game. It must have been during the BC game, and it was like segment for like the troops, and the same thing was like they just don't get enough thanks. And between teachers and the troops, if they don't get enough thanks, who does?
Who else are we thanking? I would posit this question.
Comparatively speaking,
I would posit who else gets any thanks?
Teachers, nurses.
True.
Like, if they're not getting
that's the Holy Trinity.
If that's not enough, then what's enough?
Yeah, like
I was like,
every single game in America.
All I'm watching is thanks to them. And like, I'm not saying they don't deserve it. They deserve thanks. But if we're saying they don't get enough, who gets enough?
It's every single sporting event now has somebody getting honored that we're really pushing it. We're really spreading thin. I wonder if they're just like, do we have anybody in the crowd today? And they're like, well, we got this. I think there's a 4th grade teacher here.
Yeah.
Let's put her on at halftime. Let's have her out there for the anthem. It's fucking crazy.
It was not.
I would venture to guess that those two industries are run solely on thanks.
Yeah.
Like the
and
only
you know what
way...
they prefer to thanks? Money.
Yeah,
Like,
big time.
They're like, we're good on thanks.
Totally. Yeah.
I'll take money.
You know what? Like, you know how many people thank the company salesman? None. But he got a fucking 50% commission, so he's good. I don't need you banging your pots and pans. I don't need a flyover at the fucking local, high school game. I need a bonus. I need money for my work, you assholes. Yeah, I mean that every now and then you'll be at a game where they're like, this is the last surviving member of this battalion in World War II, and you're like, wow. And then the other ones are like, he was like working the computers during Desert Storm. I'm like, what?
I had one once where it was like surprise the moms at a Bruins game, the 8-spoke salute they call it, and everyone was standing up. And you just cheer like, get on your feet, honor, blah, blah, blah. He hasn't seen his mom. His mom had like the fucking blindfold on and stuff like that. Like, he hasn't seen his mom in like 6 months. And he's been stationed in Columbus, Ohio. And everyone's like, wait, what? What the fuck? I've gone longer than 6 months without seeing my parents. What the fuck? While I stayed in the borders of the United States.
Bro, I would say probably the majority of people out there don't see their parents in 6 months. See your parents a couple times a year.
It was like a hush fell over the crowd. Like, wait,
what? Should we do Am I the Asshole? I got an Am I the Asshole that I think is a good one. Where I was like, wait a minute, I don't see a problem here. Let me pull it up real quick. By the way, I'm gonna make you uncomfortable right now.
Oh boy!
But that Babcock skit was, I was coming in my pants over that. That skit was it was funny and just like as a skit, it was fucking hilarious. But what that set something off in my brain. Where I realized a lot of times I think of like Barstool as like the end of our story, especially for me with like the equity. I always just had that as like the finish line. And then you realize like we're still young and it's like there's still so much more to come. And I was like, that skit is indicative, I think, of the future of like what content is and can be and like what we'll do here. And that was like, as OG guys at Barstool, our timeline is like no longer than 24 hours. Like everything is like a 24-hour news cycle, and then you're on to the next because we're used to blogging every half hour. So like that's how you and me and all the old guys view like, oh, this story hit, like it has to be out by tomorrow or it's over. And then to combine, but that's one thing we were just clicking out a blog. To combine that with a fully produced and mostly polished video is fucking nuts.
That's all past.
I know, but it's not, because like for you to write a script and be in it and be able to get it done, and then he has the technical proficiency to do that side of it as fast, is like there's nobody else out there doing that kind of shit. Like anybody who is high quality producing sketch shows are like, we'll put that'll be like 6 months from now. Like, we'll put that out with our season, and people will remember, like, the moment or whatever.
Yeah.
For you guys to be able to do that in a day, less than a day, is so fucking cool. That is, like, there's nobody that can compete with that. That is, as far as I'm concerned, the new bar for your content as far as quality, funny, your humor, your production quality, and your timeline. I mean, you can't beat that.
Again,
there's nobody else even doing it.
100% pass. It really is. Like watching Paz edit that is crazy.
But the fact that you can rip that, you and Tommy can do that on one take is
acting is insane.
It is insane, dude.
Thank you.
There's something so what I learned about acting watching you is like it's just the ability to. I mean, this sounds silly, but it's just like the ability to make your dialogue be real and like genuine is real acting. You know, like
I'll tell you what, it's pretty easy. You just
but
pretend
it's
to be
not.
somebody else.
But honestly, it's not. I know you say that. I know what you mean, but it's really not. Like if you were to just give me the same idea, I could deliver similar lines, but it would be like he's doing a bit. He's doing a character. He's and you're just like it just sounds exactly like you always talk. But it's planned and acting. That is, you know, I'm sure when you're doing like your big soliloquy in your movie and you win the Oscars, like that's acting, right? But the other 99% of acting is just make this shit look genuine, and it's so much harder than I think people realize. And then when you see you do it well, like when you were like, what? Why is the kissing making me more uncomfortable? Like, first of all, that's just fucking hilarious. But that was.
Like no, I mean not like on the spot, but like, I mean I guess yeah. Like when I say we have a script, like we don't have a script. Like nothing was written.
But you had the idea. Like we'll
I knew I was gonna be weirded out by the kissing.
By the kissing, yeah, yeah. The kissing, coach.
Yeah, that's my favorite line. Tommy going, "You don't like the kissing, coach."
I don't know if you did it on purpose, but there's just a little bit of you going like you start to laugh. I love that being.
I did break down. That's why we cut to like the back of.
But
my head.
I actually there's you hear it a little bit if you listen closely, which is like a little Easter egg. That like, bro, I don't know if there's anybody out there that can do the script that fast, then act in it, and then have the producers and editors film it that quick, one take, edit, put it out that same day. I don't know if there's anybody else out there, and if they can, they should.
If I can do it, there's 10 million people who can do it. But
I prefer to do these things when you're not here because you just mitigate everything I'm saying. But like to the people listening, he's dead wrong. There's a reason why everybody is like, "Holy shit, Feits can act," because you're fucking good at it and no one else can do it.
Look,
just shut the fuck
here's
up.
the deal. Either like just being honest.
I know
you're
gonna say fuck you. You're gonna say either acting's not hard. Or, yeah, exactly.
Incredibly easy.
I know. Fuck you. Fuck you.
It's just
it's super hard.
You just pretend to be somebody else.
But even like I think I could do a skit and be like, it's fine. I think it's impossible for me to make it sound as genuine as you do.
We'll find out.
Well, we did. We found out. We have found out. You put out 1 million skits now, and they're all fucking good, and they're all well acted. Whether or not you find it funny or like you don't like the premise, like there's a million ways to judge it. But no one's ever like, oh, the acting was terrible. Everything is like, wow, those guys are legit acting. At least with you. And Tommy gets some praise too.
I still love. I don't know why, but like the Welcome to Mo skit when you go, that's two. It's like the best.
Yeah, that's
acting.
The little things because those are the real things. But
the
when you go, all right, so good. Yeah, I'm good. I need some time. Who else can do that, bro?
I don't know who else to try. Like, I think if just try.
Yeah, but sometimes that's part of it too. Is just being crazy enough to be like, let's put out a fully polished and produced and edited skit right now. And it's like, what? No. The same way it used to be like, I got to write my column. I'll deliver it in on Friday night. It's Monday. You know? It's like, I'm just going to write 50 of these a day. And they're all going to be good. And it's like, well, how could you do that? It's like, I don't know. I just did it. I just fucking did it. So I think that.
I think we're going to start doing one timely one a week.
So that I was going to ask if that changed like your outlook on the way you do it. Because like.
I think we've always wanted to. It's just like, I mean, everyone who works on it. First of all, when it comes out of order, I'm very much like the coach, like in like Friday night. I'm like Coach Taylor when it's like there's like a big play and he run on the sidelines like chill, chill, because like I don't like I just like doing it.
Yeah.
And I know how quickly like the internet gets sick of things, and I don't want people to get sick of it. So I'm just like, let's just chill. Like it does.
Yep.
I don't want to start doing 1,000 now because like that one, people like that one. Like
yeah, you're right. That's true.
I'm like very like, but I do think we'll start doing like one. It's hard. What I was saying was it's hard with everyone's schedules where it's just like it's everyone's third job. Everyone who works on it at least.
I know. Part of me wants to figure out a way to make it like the main thing just to see where you guys.
But like it's never gonna be able to be sold, and I don't. That's one I don't even like. I don't.
Wait, it's never gonna be able to be sold. You said?
Yeah, like it's never because like it's. Yeah, but it is gonna be. It's like I think we'd like to be able to no one's gonna want to be with the fucking. We're trying to figure out how to DNR Damar Hamlin.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna be sold, and so it's never gonna be anyone's first job.
It's got to be. It might not be sold like traditionally, but there are. Again, the way that you guys were just like, we're gonna do it. There's a way to find somebody who will. Maybe it runs on their streaming service, or maybe they just don't give a fuck about that. Like they're gonna be the first company to be like, it's just funny and we're okay with it. It's gonna be too good to go unmonetized one way or the other. Or I don't think anybody wants to go this way, but it's like if there is a subscription or a paid thing where you also deliver even better because there's money behind it.
I wouldn't like to go. We won't go that because it's just it's already free. You can't put something behind a paywall that started.
But what if you gave more?
I don't know. Like it's hard enough for everyone to get together to do like.
Yeah, well, that's what I wish it was.
So I think we're gonna do one a week of like one of the big stories of the week. Maybe drop that. I haven't talked. We have a meeting today. I haven't talked to everybody, but I think we'll do like one timely one a week.
Well, what's cool.
Full episode will come out still every month.
And if that full episode that week includes the timely one,
I think we're gonna keep timely to just social.
To social,
and
I feel like you'll get a lot of views on the episode.
They'll go on the YouTube, will be but like I think I don't think we're like no timely allowed in it, but like it has to.
You want them to be evergreen or whatever. But I mean, why not?
It's not. Again, I haven't had the meeting yet. This is just like talking to people individually. I think we'll probably go that way. It's not like it wouldn't be refused to go in the episode, but it's like. If we can do it one off, that's probably better for like, because like one of the things with it is like the production and stuff like that. As mentioned, like you got to play like it does really well with it just being titled Out of Order Episode 8, Episode 9. Like it would be a lot better if you could use like clickbaity YouTube headlines and you could use a picture rather than just me and Sass's faces. And like I like it just like that. I like it just as like it's just me and Sass's head.
Oh, good. So we're just gonna keep limiting ourselves.
Yeah, but with the one-offs, I was like, there you can play with the title and you can play with the thing. But like, I like the show being the show, and let it grow. I mean, it's only been 6 months, I think. Like it's.
Well, that's the other thing. Like I was just saying about thinking things are like ending or like they're it's the very very beginning.
Yeah.
So you think about this on season 4. Say season 7, like I mean, there's so much that can change and evolve to the point where, it might be. I just when I saw that felt like something to me, like one of those things that unlocks like a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, if we need to or if we want to, if there's something that really strikes us, we can do this that fast. Like it's not feasible that it can always be that way, but knowing that we did pull it off. So if we need to, if we want to add something, whatever, that it can be done, I think, sometimes you limit yourself to just be like, yeah, we have to film a whole sketch show. It takes us a month to do this and then it's like, well, that one took a total of, 6 hours.
And that's a perfect storm with the story and like the Barstool
but
angle
even that,
to
you'd be
it.
surprised on that too. It's like the next thing that comes along that is that big of a story. And maybe it's the the inspiration for it. Maybe also you learn the way to shoot it so that Pabs doesn't have to like do as much work and he can focus on making it look good rather than like making it functional. It just that to me was like whoa, because I've seen sketches before. I've seen sketch shows. I've seen all that. That was all I don't think I've ever seen anybody turn something that around of that level of quality that fast ever. Which is a pretty cool thing, man. That's a pretty trailblazer type thing where it's like, it's kind of like I said, I think people sometimes have a mental block on like, oh, we can't do it that way. And it's like, no, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of people, whether it's almost like you're inspiring fucking probably your competition, but it's like there are probably people going like, oh, okay, let's just try to do these in a day. It's wild. To look that good? Ugh.
My gut with things is always to take the foot. Like I think we're gonna do one a week. I think we'll do one a week. But like my gut is always take the foot off the gas. Cause like I'd prefer to skip this week. Cause I don't think like it is like I said, I like doing it. So I don't want to ruin it for me. I don't want it to be like the most successful things I've done, blogging, this show, Savage to the Boys, like, are just things I like doing with my friends.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to
keep it
become like work. And we're not gonna take the week off, but I would prefer to. Like I don't want to like.
Well, you shouldn't force it either. I don't think. You know,
Yeah.
like sometimes you create this thing like one a week, and it becomes this self-imposed schedule that becomes like a prison. You know what I mean? Where it's like, I don't know, if there's not a big funny story that like everyone's talking about in the moment that strikes you, don't force it. But the flip side is like, you got to push yourself. And
one a week is probably feasible.
Yeah.
Where it's just like there will be like.
And then, but then that becomes like light work eventually. Like you just keep going. You know what I mean?
It's
everything we've done at Barstool. It's like we used to just write blogs, and then you start to do a podcast, and then you start to do 2 shows, and then you start to do a radio show, and then you look up, you're doing 5 different things, and you used to do 1, and it's just like it just becomes the new norm. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it just paves the way for much more. And I think eventually the numbers might be undeniable that, like, I don't know, if there's not being sold, it doesn't matter because, like, you got to do this thing that's just going to be – eventually people look the other way. I mean, the Alex Cooper effect. Like, eventually they don't care. They, you know, you say that you care, you don't. It's just, you don't. You just want the success, so.
Calling all campers. On CBS, summer isn't over. It's only the beginning. It's just only the beginning. It's only just the beginning at Camp Buddy Games. With kids back in school, it's time for the adults to have all the fun, and with Josh Duhamel as camp counselor, it's going to be a blast. Inspired by a real-life tradition among Josh and his friends, 6 teams of best buddies reunite and relive the glory days in the ultimate summer camp throwback. I've mentioned Josh has been on the show to promote the movie. He's also been on the show. We talk about this. It sounds like the ultimate dudes rock type stuff. It is everyone there. And dudes are dudes, if that makes any sense. Dudes is everybody. Dudes rock. And the dude is a state of mind. Their friendship will be put to the test as they battle out an epic competition from giant beer pong to cornhole to the Muddy Buddy Pit. The games will push them to their limits, and with $200,000 on the line, only the bestest of friends will make it to the end. Let the games begin. Buddy Games with Josh Duhamel. New series premieres Thursdays, September 14th, after Big Brother on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. Buddy Games, new Thursdays at 9, 8 Central on CBS and premiering on Paramount+. And streaming on Paramount+.
While we're talking business, we got to apologize to the people in Milwaukee, Columbus, and Madison. So if you listen to last episode, we kind of talked about it already, that the tour has become a heavy lift for us to do while doing all these other gigs. I mean, we're just talking about how Out of Order is now adding more to your plate. So that's one more thing to coordinate times and shoot and finish. While Barstool Radio is still going, and so is KC Radio, and so is all our interviews. And on top of all that, we looked at the ticket sales, and they just weren't very good. And while we don't want to disappoint the people who did buy tickets, for me personally, straight up, I was just like, I don't want to miss a week of Barstool Radio with how successful it's been right now. I've been scratching and clawing for like every, view and download I've ever gotten on the internet. And to finally have like a monster on our hands, I was like, I'm not interested in missing 4 days of that.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until last week that it was midweek. That's our fault as well. We usually do everything on the weekends, but these were booked kind of last minute, so they were middle of the week. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday effectively wipes out the entire week of Barstool Radio. And, we could have had somebody fill in and maybe everything would be fine. But what if, I don't know, God forbid, a bunch of viewers are like, well, this show sucked this week and they don't come back? Or what if everybody's clamoring on the internet, we want, Tommy to just host it, fuck you guys. Whatever it was, I'm not going to risk it from my point of view after, fighting so long to have like a hit show. We finally got one. It's just a matter of like which, balance, like just figuring out like, is the juice worth the squeeze? And like, if those were all sellouts, we probably would have gone. They were, one of them was far from a sellout. And so it just wasn't, it was, and we could have fucking lied about it or whatever, but I'd prefer to just be honest and be like, we prioritized something over that. And
I was talking to my mom where I was like, it sucks. Because I do really like him, and it would be really fun to do, but you gotta make sacrifices somewhere, and
That's the last. That's the thing that we're putting the least effort into because it's our last thing on the list anyway. So it's like, and to reiterate what we said again last week is like, it's crazy how much you got to promote. You could have a big fucking show and it still does not translate to ticket sales until you just hammer them over the head all the time.
And then I just don't like doing that. I'm probably never going to do that. So.
I know.
You know who also ruined it? Jackie.
What?
Yeah, it's Jackie's fault.
Wow.
I had a talk with Jackie, and she said at one point, I'm just not feeling the live shows. And I was like, oh, they ruined.
No. No, I'm saying I'm not feeling like, for me, like whenever I go up there, like I don't feel it for myself.
You're such an asshole. That's such an asshole thing to
Why? That was something that stuck in my head where I was like, oh, Jackie's not having fun either. Then, like,
no. Like I'm saying, like I love like the live shows, but like when I go on stage recently, I've just been like, I can't do this.
No, but that's the point. Like,
when
if you're feeling like,
I always been going through just like a funk of my own.
Yeah.
Not anything to do with like the live shows.
I got you. Okay, we can cut that. I was trying to be like funny about it. But no, it did like.
But no,
it was something that stuck with me. Where I was like, oh, if Jackie's not having fun, then like I don't want to make people. Not even make people like I don't want people here to not have fun doing their job. So then like maybe it's not worth it.
No, honestly, I mean, I say leave it in because it is. That's also part of it is like. Doing a tour, going on live shows consistently is probably the hardest thing to do, like, in the world. To have people in every city on all, levels of, like, 100 people to, like, 100,000 people who will come out and see you is... It almost, like, wholly has to be the only thing you do, It's like these guys who do it really, really well have a podcast, and that feeds their ticket sales, and, like, that's it. You know what I mean? Because the rest of it is, like, you just can't... You can't slow down, really. You know what I mean? And what we do is, those guys are touring, hundreds and hundreds of times in a year. We are doing a much smaller scale, but in the end, it's just like, 100 people here, 100 people there, and we're gonna, skip a show for a week that has 150,000 viewers a day, 4 days a week. You know what I mean? That it just the math ain't mathin'. So, and this doesn't affect the vast majority of the people we're talking to. Yeah. But the people who do buy our tickets are like the diehard fans. So I know it sucks for you guys. I'm pretty sure everybody got refunded and everything's fine. If anything happened, let me know. We'll figure it out. And I hope, being that you guys are, our most diehard fans, you kind of get where we're coming from with Out of Order, Barstool Radio, everything else we're doing. It's not feasible to take off a week in the middle of all of that for the level that we were selling at. I wish it was totally different. I wish it was like, yeah, we sold those out instantly and we have hundreds and hundreds of people to perform for, but it's just not the case. So let's do this Am I the Asshole before we do voicemails. Am I the asshole for suggesting my wife lower her standards so that she'll be less overwhelmed? 37-year-old female, 37-year-old male. We have 3 kids, 12, 10, and 8. She's in a constant state of overwhelm and is very easily irritated, constantly complaining about how it's all too much. I'm, of course, happy to help and do my fair share for the kids or household, but it's never enough for her because her standards are too damn high. She insists that one of us has to be up at 6:45 every morning to make sure the kids are ready and make the bus, which comes at 7:45. I told her that they're old enough to not need that much help already. They can all dress themselves and pour themselves milk and cereal. There is no reason we have to be up. She says that cereal isn't a good enough breakfast, that they need something more substantial, especially the 12-year-old, and that the 10-year-old has ADHD and will definitely struggle without help in the morning. And anyway, she wants to see them off and kiss them goodbye for the day. So she gets up, I don't. Then she gets upset that I never give her a morning off. All what she needs to do is just take the morning off when she wants to and let the kids handle themselves. Also, she's super strict about screen time during the week and is exhausted and snappy from arguing about it with the kids and upset I don't support her strict time limit of 2 hours a day. I say as long as homework is done, why not until bed? She says it's not healthy for them. They don't play outside or play games with toys, read some books, or just entertain themselves more than one. I agree that they should enjoy other things, but not seeing why we have to make such a rigid limit. She also likes to go out on weekends and do stuff like zoos, museums, etc., but then complains about the planning for the outing and how grouchy the youngest gets by the end of it. And again, I say, let's just chill and voila, you cut out the work. I'm an engaged and active parent. I'm not trying to get out of it, but I don't think I should have to help my wife dig herself out of her self-created holes. She creates the stress for herself and then turns to me to alleviate it, which I think is unfair. Am I the asshole for telling her she needs to do less and then won't need this level of help? Thoughts?
That's an interesting timing. Wait, I'm confused, to be honest.
So she just...
I took my jacket off in the middle of the question.
And you were done. That's all. That's all. The man can't listen. I actually was like, he's not listening.
It threw me off, man. I was like,
So-
my head was like left arm, right
So
arm.
she likes to do all these things on the weekend, plans these outings, and then the kids don't want to be there, and they're angry and they're grouchy and tired by the end of it. And he's like, then why don't we just hang out at home? Don't plan this big trip. She makes sure. What was the other? It was she make sure that one of the parents gets up at 6:45 every morning to get these kids ready for school. He's like, they can do it themselves. You don't have to get up and see them through everything. She likes to do all these outings. She likes to she says no screen time for more than 2 hours. And the kids get mad about that. He's like, just let them. He said, as long as their homework's done, why don't you just let them see the screens?
I think he's 100% right.
I would say he's like 90% right. The only thing I'm thinking about is an 8-year-old getting up and getting off to school on their own is probably a bit much.
That's
12, like 6th grade for Feitelberg. Feitelberg was driving himself to school when he was 8. For like a 12-year-old is like 6th grade-ish. 10-year-olds, 4th grade-ish. Those guys
I didn't get myself up for school ever. I've never gotten myself up for school.
Oh, really? I was thinking of you getting left alone when you were 4.
Well, I was free to get up when I pleased.
So your mom always woke you up and then like got you ready and all that shit?
Not got me
Like,
ready.
so
but
waking
like,
up is
my
one
mom
thing.
or my dad would like yell upstairs.
Yes.
Be like, kids, get up.
So
Like,
that's-
and it wasn't just it was like a group of us. But
Yeah.
like, kids. Like,
Everybody get up. I think it's weird to be 12, 10, and 8, and it's like, set your alarm, kid. I'm going to be sleeping in.
Yeah.
That's
I never
crazy.
set an alarm. A lot of times I was just up, but like
To me, that's nuts. But you could get up, make sure they're out of bed, and they can pour themselves a bowl. Like, you don't have to be running around, putting their clothes on for them, getting them ready, tying their shoes, feeding them food. It's like they're old enough they can do all that. You probably should be awake. And maybe he's saying you can alternate. I do one day, you do one day. Like, we don't both need to be miserable. That's a little bit like, that sounds like you want to just like kick your kids out the door and be like, don't bother me. The rest of it, I'm totally on board with. Like, as long as your kids are doing their homework and have some other, like, they play sports, they have play dates, they do other stuff with their mind, let them fucking play video games and watch their iPad. It's just, you're fighting the tides. It's just the way the world is going. I'm sure it was the same thing with television at one point. It's like, and then now kids just watch TV.
But there
all the
also
time.
were kids who watch too much TV. Like,
Yeah,
like I used to get annoyed with my parents when they were like, "Go outside, like get this fucking off."
Yeah,
and
yeah, you need to do it.
Like, because I had friends
sometimes
who didn't have that. And
Yeah,
we would just sit in the dark for like hours, and it was nice to go to their houses.
Yeah,
but like
that
I'm
was
lucky,
a nice little
I'm
respite.
lucky.
Yeah,
Like, turn the fucking TV off and go outside
for sure.
Um,
So, like anything else, you need a little moderation. I'm definitely all about though, like the amount of like outings that gets planned now. You always have to have like a thing that you're doing, to the point of like you're buying tickets to something, or you're packing up the car and traveling, or you're blah blah. Like, there is no more like, just hang out.
Yeah.
I don't know, go climb a tree, go fucking throw the football around, go do some mischievous shit. But like, you just go,
Right.
just do it. Everything is a planned event, and you're taking your pictures, and you're posting it on social media, and you're trying to keep up with the other mom who goes here and does that, and that's fine if you want to do all that shit, but then you don't get to complain about it all the time, because you're just making your own problems.
I think that's hugely important. That like I actually have like very recently learned that, where it's just like you got, like, I used to just run, and is like this weekend I didn't leave the apartment.
Bro, the other day,
it was awesome.
I really have like a problem with eating. Like, I don't really eat breakfast in the mornings, so then I'll come in, and on a day like this, we do KFC Radio, and then we do Barstool Radio right after it. I volunteered to do the rundown, which ran longer than I expected, and then I had to get out real quick to go to Keegan's practice, and it was like 95 degrees in the sun. I didn't eat. I got home and I just threw up. I took one sip of soda to like get my sugar up, violently puked, and I was like, I'm a child. I'm a child. I forgot to eat today, and I pushed myself to the point that I just puked from being awake. Like, it wasn't like, I ate something. It was just like, bleh. I was like, this is insane. What am I doing to myself? And I'm probably going to do it again today.
Yeah.
I have like 3 more things on the schedule today. I'm probably not going to eat. But yeah, you have, like, without that downtime, man, especially when you are a parent and you're taking care of kids and shit. You need to
I don't
be
even have that.
We're fucking done. Just chill. Let the kids' eyeballs bleed for a fucking night and just chill. I actually, I'm sure people are like that. You're a lazy parent. It's bad for the kids. I just don't. I think you're wrong.
I have friends who were like that with their first kid, and they were like,
the second one?
Their second kid's like, here.
Yeah, whatever. The second one is like, yeah, go play with the gun, play with the knives, play with fire. We don't care. So as long as it's within reason, as long as you are contributing the enough, and they are doing enough, they are getting the other things that matter. It's okay to just fucking chill. I think a lot of families, kids would be like happier and better, and husbands and wives would get along better. I think like that takes the burden off in a major way that a lot of people just force upon themselves.
The events is just like, stop doing kids events.
Just stop. Just stop. Voicemails?
Yeah.
Voicemails are brought to you by, you guessed it, Pirate Water. Attention, all partiers and ragers. We have created the perfect drink for you. We have pushed it for the summer. Guess what? It is still on sale in the fall. I bet you can't believe it. Neither can I. It is from the creators of Four Loko and Mamitas. It is a 16-ounce canned, ready-to-drink malt beverage with 10% alcohol and all you need for a good time. It comes in margarita. It comes in Sex on the Beach. It comes in Miami Vice. And it comes in Bahama Mama. It is all delicious flavors. We will have more flavors upcoming. It cannot be beat. We have countless celebrities on the show who have had a sip and been like, holy shit, this is good. I have friends who drink it before they hang out with their kids. I have friends who drink it to have parties on the weekend. It is delicious at all times. Put it over ice, turn it into a slushie. Summer never ends if you don't let it end. Go to drinkpiratewater.com or find Pirate Water in a location near you, or order it now on GoPuff. Follow and tag Pirate Water at Pirate Water in your post for a chance to be reposted, and also call in with voicemails for a chance to win Voicemail of the Week, which will get you Pirate Water merch and Pirate Water. Again, it is can't miss, gotta have it, Pirate Water.
What's up, everybody? Fun fact and a question for you. Nice. Fun fact, my girlfriend just bought a new car, and I said I was going to throw some change in it. And I asked her, I was like, was that for just like good luck, or was that for tolls? And she said, I think it was just for good luck. And I Googled it, and apparently that's only a thing in New Jersey and New York, throwing change in a new car. And it's because of all the tolls between New Jersey and New York with bridges and tunnels and everything. So my question is, outside of, I guess, KFC, has anybody else heard of that? Throwing change into a new car, like throwing it on the floor? And then, if not, what is something that you always thought was normal in your area where you grew up, and maybe other people in the world, or country at least, don't realize it?
I've never heard of that. You did?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I've heard it. It's definitely probably like a Long Island thing.
I was going to say, this sounds like an Italian thing.
Yeah.
Actually, what the person I learned from was the most Italian person.
Hey, you go to change in the car in case you need to go to the tolls.
I saw, I don't know how to find this because it was just
the worst.
A suggested video for you, and it was an Italian guy watching someone pour him a martini, and it was the coolest video I heard. Not coolest, but like just like that's a fucking guy.
Wait, what was cool about it?
He just the waiter was pouring it, and he was like holding his hand really high, and that wasn't cool. It's just this guy's essence, where he's like looking at his wife, he's like, "Can you do that? Can you do that?" You look at him, not a fucking...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
He's like, not a splash on me, I'm getting nothing on my face. And he's like, and watch him do the snap, watch him do the snap.
Yes.
And I was like, it wasn't, my gut reaction wasn't anti-Italian sentiment. I was like, this guy's a fucking G.
I know what you're talking about. I've seen that too. There's a fine line, There's a fine line between like cool and guinea,
Yeah.
Because there is something to be said for like the Joe Pesci's of the world.
It was funny. Cool's not the right word because it was funny. It was just a good video. It was like this guy's just wholly himself, and I like that. I guess that's it. it's not. I don't dislike Italians. I like people who are like faking Italian. Like this guy was fucking Italian.
Yeah, if you're a real
Right,
one, you know.
If you're like, oh, I go to the store. No, but if you're like, it's
Gabagool,
so I was raised. I
gabagool.
fucking snapped my hand. I fucking do it. It was like, I was like, this guy's a man. But I've definitely never heard of that. But my mom did ask me about that the other day. I was talking to her last night, and she's taking a class, sociology class, and she'd asked like, do you have anything that like it was one of those things like words that people don't use. And, like, the time you've been completely lost.
Yeah, I definitely have. There is one, and I usually have this on deck for this question because I can't remember it now. But it was being that feeling when you're like, wait, I'm in the wrong, or like I'm in the minority, and you really didn't think you were is a weird feeling.
Yeah,
the first time that happens, where you're like, when you've totally calculated like the answer, you know what I mean? Like where you're just like, oh, everyone's gonna agree with me, and they don't, and you're like, are you guys playing a prank on me? Like it's so foreign that you're not right.
The internet's kind of fixed you. I just know all the other words.
Yeah,
now.
that
I know
suck.
people don't call them sneakers. I call them tennis shoes.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
It's not.
But
soda,
there are ones of those like when even finding them out on the internet for the first time, I'm like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, right. But that was 10 years ago.
Yeah,
like,
and so that's what standing up to wipe was one that I was like, never heard of that. I was like, you stand up off the toilet like with your butt cheeks? Like what? That's disgusting.
I guess we're all saying this and we know them all now. I never heard that one. I've never heard that one.
Well, that's more like it's like a tradition, like a thing that I guess it's similar.
It's like how we break champagne on a new boat.
Why are you saying that?
That's just the one I know. It's a new vehicle, and you break champagne.
Yeah, but that's people do that, right?
Yeah. But I'm saying like that.
If somebody didn't do that.
Yeah, they would break champagne on new boats.
Yeah, right. That's crazy.
Like, I don't know why.
Shit, bitch.
Dude, how about when we went fishing, the new video with Sydney Wells is out, and they gave me a banana before I got down on the boat. And I get to the boat, and they're like, what are you doing? You can't take bananas on a boat. I was like, I go on boats with bananas all the time.
Why can you not go on the boat with a banana? Is it bad luck or something?
I guess, like, back in the day, spiders used to hide in bananas, and then, like, I don't know if a spider got loose on the boat. Like, pirates are scared of spiders. Like,
you eat the banana? Yeah. But they gave you the banana first?
Yeah, like, we're, like, walking out of that house. Sydney was like, here, we
they
got some
do
breakfast.
that, like, on purpose?
No, I think it was just, like, I think Sydney expected me to eat it before I walked down 10 steps of stairs. But I don't know. They were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I don't know." And then halfway through, not halfway through,
That sounds like a setup to me.
Yeah, it felt. I was like, "Why did you give me the banana?"
Yeah, that's crazy. That feels like a plant.
And then like an hour into the trip, Jackie started like, "I'm getting seasick," and we were like, "Did you not take your seasick medication?" And that wasn't Jackie's fault. Like, it was just sitting on the counter. But like, why would you just take a pill you saw sitting on the counter? She wasn't out there when. Everyone was like, take your whatever it's called.
Yeah, she was trying to sabotage both of us.
All right, I was just thinking, what are signs of being dangerously horny? Like, for example, like, say you have a fenced-in backyard, and like you had a sudden urge to be like, I wonder if I could jerk off out here. That'd be fun. Like, yeah, no, you don't. That's dangerously horny. You don't need to do that. You don't need to jerk off in your large fenced-in yard. Like, you don't. No. So, what are the things that you think of that would be considered dangerously horny?
I mean, I'm sure it was done intentionally, but it's very hilarious. He's panning to what appears to be a very newly fenced-in yard. I don't know. It's like, for example, say you want to fucking whack off.
You got the second one. I didn't see this one.
So you've been asking the question, are there pigeons outside the city? Well, let me tell you this. I guess when they're outside the city, they get giant feathers on their feet. A whole lot of them.
The only other person I saw had pigeons in a cage was Mike Tyson, so I'm ready to call him
Absolutely dangerously horny. Like young
Bro.
Mike Tyson used to have him in the Bronx. He'd go,
Yeah.
like clap pigeons.
Yo, that man, dangerously horny.
Dangerously
That's
horny.
that's the guy texting at the Detroit Lions game the other day.
Yeah.
The guy who said, "If you can't squirt, just video you pissing." That is insane.
Bro,
I love it, by the way. Just like, hey, listen, lie to me.
just fucking
We
run
basically-
the faucet.
He
It's
basically knows piss anyway. So just do it.
it's more of a water flow thing for me than it is.
It's the liquid. Yeah, I mean the liquids. Oh my god. I don't know what to say about that, man. I don't know what. What was the question?
What's a dangerously horny thing? I have been at a wedding once. Like I was like a +1. The wedding was in South Carolina, and I went with a friend, but like she was just a friend, and another girl was texting me during it, being like dangerously horny stuff. And I was like, I'm literally on my knees in the pew right now. This is eternally dangerously horny. like it was, and I was firing him. I was fucked up. I was at a wedding. I was firing him right back. Like it was like I said when we talked about on Barstool Radio, the Detroit Lions guys. Like everyone should just have a protector screen. Like everyone should have a protector. But like I didn't at the time, and I know for sure because they brought it up to me that people were like, "What were you texting about?" Like I was on my knees in the pew, like holding it up, states away. Like what we were texting about was no doubt a crime in South Carolina. I'm not even like I'm 100% sure it's a crime. Like it was sodomy for sure. I don't know the lines. I didn't bring it up. I didn't start it, but I was not stopping it. And
bro, I just know that your face was like when you get in the zone like that.
Bro, if I'm texting you, this is my face. That's why when me and Tommy did a reenactment reading of the Detroit Lions thing, and he's like, "I don't think you'd say it like that." I was like,
"This is how I say it."
I assure you. Okay. I'm not gonna stop a conversation, but like, oh yeah, whatever. I wish I was there. My heart. I told you, I live in a post-sex society, post-nude society, post-sex society. My heart's not in that, man. I'll play the game, but I don't know.
All right, last one.
Body armor is getting me through the day. I am dragging. I need water. I need sustenance. KFC Radio is brought to you by Body Armor. All of Barstool Sports is brought to you by Body Armor. It is real hydration, real ingredients, packed with electrolytes, vitamins, and nothing artificial. Body Armor has the great tasting flavors like strawberry banana and blue raspberry. Not only do we hydrate with Body Armor, but some of the best athletes in the world do as well, just like us. Christian McCaffrey, Joe Burrow, Ronald King Jr., CeeDee Lamb, and Bryce Young are all Body Armor athletes, just like me, just like you can be too. You can be a Body Armor person. I mentioned straight water. I'm typically a straight water person. There is the strawberry banana. There is the strawberry grape. There is the ultimate dragon fruit. There's orange mango. There are all kinds of flavors. It's perfect for late night recordings. It's perfect for watching football. It's perfect for getting energy going on Sundays. Body Armor is available in stores nationwide, but you can head over now to Body Armor's store on Amazon and get yours today.
All right, KFC, Feits, Pabs, Jackie, whole gang. What's going on? So I got an interesting question for you today. You know, I'm taping this Sunday. I just listened to the most recent episode of the podcast where you guys were talking about the whole internet trend, about the whole Roman Empire. So I guess I got a funny story that leads into the question. So like last week, unfortunately, I had to put my dog down, and my dog was really young. And I got these group of friends, and you know, the main friend that I know, I had told her, hey, I'm gonna have to put my dog down last Sunday. I don't want to talk to anybody for the rest of the week. You know, like I'll hang out with you guys on a weekend, but I just want to be alone to my thoughts and everything like that. And she was like, oh, you know, I'm sorry. It's all good, right? And she was like, all right, cool. And, you know, 2 days later, after I had said expressly to her, like, tell everybody, just don't text me, don't call me, she just texted me middle of the night, hey, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? And I just kind of texted her back. I was like, somewhat often, like, why are you asking me? And she was just like, oh, it was for a class. And I didn't know it was an internet trend at the time, so I just kind of brushed it off. But I was also like, yo, that's kind of, like, messed up. Like, not, hey, I'm sorry you had to kill your dog yesterday that was only, like, a year old. F that. I just need to know about this internet trend, and then I'm going to lie to you about it. So I guess my question is, do you, like, have somebody in your life, whether that be, like, a friend or, like, a relative, that just is, like, completely, like, socially blind to what they should be doing, like, that just could be completely oblivious to what's going on in your life, and they just would need a question answered or something like that, that's just, like, socially blind as to, like, I don't really care about this major life event that's going on to you right now, but I just need an answer to this real quick, just because, like, it's an internet trend, and I just want to know.
I am socially blind at all times. I'd rather not talk about it.
Socially blind is a great term.
Like, I think that person is necessary as well. I always use the example, like, my best friend, his dad died, and when we were in high school, and me and my buddy went up to be with him, and my buddy was very much a let's talk guy. I'm like a nothing even happened guy.
Right.
And I think that's a good
It's
balance.
a good cop, bad
I think
cop.
you need both.
Yeah.
But hopefully you have someone else in your life who's like, let's talk about your dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's never talk about that dog ever again.
Right.
Like,
Right. No, I get that.
Let's just pretend things are normal. And it's not like I am aware. I'm not socially blind.
But you
aware.
gotta know, like, it sounds like if you get the opposite from the wrong person.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
So, like, this guy clearly thought of this girl as someone who would be like, I'm so sorry to hear about your dog. And he gets the text and he goes, oh, here's like the condolences text. And instead it's an internet trend. He got to be like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah.
So you got to know who you're socially blind with and who you're socially, you know what I mean?
Right. It was just my buddy's mom, by the way. That's weird. His dad was dead too, but
Bro, what?
we didn't go. His mom didn't pass. His dad.
He
passed.
does these things sometimes, and I just always look to you. I feel like Paz is my barometer. Like,
just
that was
messed up
weird,
the
right?
fact.
Like, that was crazy, right?
I knew it was coming.
Yeah, I think there are times where you're like I've had that happen too, where like that person and you kind of throw your hands up, you're like, all right, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
like, what are you, a dickhead? Now you're you. Okay.
Right. Yeah, it's just like they don't mean to.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you got to give it a little bit of thought as far as like what the intention behind it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of literally nothing, you think you look like Jersey Jerry?
Yeah. What the fuck, Jack? This is the podcast of low self-esteem, and that was ridiculous.
Once I posted that, I was like, okay, maybe I see myself differently or whatever. But like,
I mean,
I think I've
for
said
those
it
who don't
before,
know,
like-
Jersey Jerry tried to do a prank on Dave this past weekend where he dressed up like a woman, and Jackie said, "Wait, why do I look like Jersey Jerry dressed up as a woman?"
I also got a few tweets that said like, "Is this Jackie?" And I was kind of like,
Did
I
you
see
really?
It. Yeah, but I was like, I
Dude,
see it.
people
Like, I
are
don't
so
blame you.
awful.
People are the worst.
Yeah, but like
That's
you
the meanest
just
thing you
look
can say.
nothing Like,
Yeah, that's just
Thank
crazy.
you.
That's just crazy. Did you say
But
it
there
in a
was
way
one
like
part where I was like,
I mean,
okay,
like,
see
I
it.
obviously. What?
maybe pre-nose job? I don't know.
No, I was gonna say now that I've had the nose job, I obviously know I don't like look like that.
Yeah,
but-
that's what's kind of cool about when you get
Yeah.
or same thing as like losing weight. You could be like, I was a fat fuck. You can talk bad about yourself and people can make jokes because you no longer look like that.
Yeah.
But it's still offensive. But it's like, yeah, but I don't look like that.
Right.
I don't
You know?
actually think that I look like that. I see some similarities, especially for your nose job.
And you know what we call that? Self-awareness, folks. One of the best traits a person can have. All right, let's get into our interview with
Country Wayne.
Country Wayne.
Yeah, but it's crazy. I don't have to be there anymore. For real, I probably have to work 6 days a month, and I make what I make online.
6 days a month.
6 days a month.
And are we rich now?
What's rich? I've been trying to.
no.
I asked my
Well,
assistant,
I'll tell you what I've been trying to figure out. How much the chain costs? How much do we got the Jesus poppin' chain?
It's about 60. No, this about.
Oh, you rich.
I mean $60,000.
Yeah, the whole chain about 60. Yeah, about 70 grand.
What's the amount of jewelry on right now?
Pinky ring.
70, 80. About 100. About 120 grand.
I'll throw a rich there.
Yeah.
You watch about 1 8 about.
You got 200 grand on your body right now, dude.
Yeah, that don't mean you rich.
Bro, I'll trade you the apartment for the ring straight up.
Good.
Dude, that's
No, it must be.
bro, I bought that place. A tornado hit like the next day.
Hey man, you just stopped me from investing in my hometown. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, we get all the real estate. It was divine to come here because. Yeah.
Yo, if
you send some text like, yo, back out of that right now.
If you just bartered for a pinky ring, that would have been amazing. I'd sign the title. Here it is. And then you got a fucking fat pinky ring worth 40 grand or some shit. That's amazing. I love it, man. I know, people get touchy around money and you got to be classy about it.
No.
But
I share it. I share it, man. I make, you know what I'm saying? And I share it because I want people to realize where I come from. You can do other things besides rapping or negative things that I did growing up, man. You know, I spent, but it cost me $200 to make this money now. I might spend $250, but then I make $600 or $700. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A month.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A month?
Yeah. You know.
You're rich.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude, you make $600 a month and you paused on rich?
Yeah.
That's like Cristiano Ronaldo money.
Well, it is funny though.
I got
it's
so
all
many
relative.
kids. I got a whole village.
Dude, what is Father's Day like for you, bro?